In this video I'm going to explain how to install Claritas and the Windows subsystem for Linux, and how to install the required or preferred operating system you want to use. So starting with Windows subsystem for Linux, as I have that already installed on my machine here, I'm just going to talk you through the steps. So as you can see from this web page link, to install WSL from the Microsoft Store, open the store. So search for Microsoft Store on in your app selection for Windows 10 or 11, or go to the little icon down the bottom which says Microsoft Store, the little sort of bag icon. Once you've got the App Store open, search for WSL by typing WSL into the search bar, and then when it shows up the version of WSL you want to install, click Get or Install button and download and install WSL app. Once you've installed WSL, you can then search the App Store for your preferred Linux operating system. So if I go here and type in Ubuntu 24, you can see that then comes up and shows me Ubuntu 24.04.1 LTS. As that's not installed, I can then click on Get, basically to download and install that Ubuntu OS. It might take a few minutes. Okay, so now my operating system has been installed. I can click Open, and as it's my first time opening the OS, it will take a little while installing a few things. Right, and it will then ask you for a new Unix username. So I'm just going to use my first name and initials. Okay, and I give it a password. So set a password up that works for you. So once installed, your OS is up and running. The next thing to do is actually make sure that all the packages on the system are up to date. So to do that, we do sudo apt get update, and you'll be prompted for your password. And it will go through and run the installs and pull in all the sort of new or updated packages it needs. Okay, so once you've done that, we can then basically copy the install bundle for Claritas into the OS environment. So what I would generally do first is create a subdirectory for the release you're going to do. So in this case, I'm going to copy the stable release in. So I'll look for that, my downloads directory, 17681. So I'll create a 7681, a stable subdirectory called 17681 to match the revision for the stable release. So we'll go into that directory and then copy from my Windows directory the tarball. Once that's copied across, I can see it there. I can then run the command tar -xvf to unpack it. So we can see there that we've got Debians and RPMs for the main install, and Debians and RPMs for the more source files, and the install scripts, etc. So I can then run the command sudo sh install.sh to install Claritas. I type yes to accept. You can see it installing the software and also sort of picking up all the dependencies it needs for the software. So this might take a couple of minutes as well. So you can see there's a lot of dependencies installed prior to the installation of Claritas, which is actually happening now. And then we start downloading and installing some Python packages that are required by Claritas as well. And all these Python packages are now installed into a local Claritas environment rather than into the main Python environment. So should not adversely affect any other Python applications you might want to run. Right, so Claritas is now installed. So one other thing we'll have to do, which is described in the little sort of PDF file we send out as well on how to install on Windows Bash subsystem, is to set up the bonzier or set a static MAC address. One of the things that Windows subsystem for Linux 2 currently uses is dynamic MAC address, so you get a different IP address every time you start the application. So show that. So what we're going to do is make those updates into the Claritas users shrc file. So if we do cd opt Claritas home, so if we go into the home directory of that installation, do ls, you can see we've got our CSHRC file. So if we on shrc file, so if we go vi or vi, probably sudo vi Claritas users shrc. We can then go down to the bottom of the file, open a new line, and we should be able to cut and paste from the PDF file, like so. I might suggest just shuffling things right and left just a little bit, and obviously the MAC address you set needs to ideally match the MAC address of the Windows machine you're working on. So that's the moment it's set for my machine, but obviously needs to be for your machine so that we can cut a key dedicated for you. Once you're happy, :W shriek to exit, and that's set up. Go back to the, okay, what we'll do is we'll log out and restart the Ubuntu 24 OS. So you'll now find Ubuntu 24.04 on your list of apps there. You can click on that. That'll launch that. Type in your password. CL start will start our Claritas environment. And then you can type launcher. And it will bring up the SizeCat and launcher applications. And that's Claritas installed. You then just need to use the Claritas license key utility to import your license key once you've received that from us, and you are good to go.